Hello, Viking Nation. Welcome back to the Viking Nation Live post-game show. I'm your host, Larry Godwin. You guys know me by now. Listen, sometimes things just do not go your way. And that's the case up in Swanee, Georgia tonight, where our Lowndes Vikings fall to the North Gwinnett Bulldogs. What was the final score? I think it was 22 to, I can't remember. It's just, yeah, 22 to 17. I just want to put that game out of my mind. So before we get into some of the details about the game tonight, I thought we would just, oh yeah, that's right, 29-17. I thought we would talk about the absolute fantastic season that we just had. Okay. Listen, the last one always hurts. It really does. It doesn't matter if you're a coach, a player, a cheerleader, a band member, or a fan. The last one always stings if you don't come out on top, and that's exactly what happened tonight. No, we're not going to make excuses or anything like that, but we are going to celebrate a fantastic season. Guys, I want to remind you that it wasn't too long ago that, we were wandering in the desert as a football program searching for a leader. And a couple of years ago, we found one in Adam Carter, and he's brought us back. And so this has been a fine season at 10-2, nothing to sneeze at. Whenever you have a 10-win season, it's always something to celebrate, right? So this last game aside, we've had a fantastic year. And that's really what I want to focus on moving forward. We can always look back on a game and say, if we should have done that, or we could have done that, if we'd have prepared this way, or if we'd have called these plays and prepared a little bit better, or stay focused, or we didn't play on GPB, and all that. We're not going to do that tonight. That's not what a winning program does. We don't make excuses. We accept the brutal honesty about where we are as a program, and I think we are improving as a program, and we just move forward as a Viking Nation together. So what do you guys say? So before we bring on our super fans tonight, let's see. I want to thank a lot of people, especially you guys, because you know what? None of this happens without you guys, right? So Matthew Bean, he's checking in with us tonight. Matthew, I think it's a little bit too early to talk about coaching and that kind of stuff. So let's just wait a little while before we get into all that. But I understand your sentiment. I really do. So anyway, I do want to thank all of you guys though for sticking with us all season long. Every Thursday night on the Viking Nation Live. Oh, what else can go wrong tonight? Drop my camera. So let me go ahead and bring in our fellow super fans. So we got Armand Rashad and Chase Garto. Hey, fellas. Listen, I'm not about to be a guy to ask you how we feeling, because I know how you're feeling. I'm feeling the same way. All of Viking Nation is feeling the same way. But guys, there's a lot of positives that we can take away from this season, right? So but before we get into all the nitty gritty details and that kind of stuff, first of all, these are nice facilities up here, right? So shout out to Phil Jones and ITG Next for setting up the Viking Nation with media access and that kind of stuff. So we always want to thank our media partners. All right, let's Armand, let's talk with you tonight, or start with you tonight. That
Yes,
that
sir.
defense that defense was put under pressure all night long. We had some trouble stalling on the offensive side of the ball, and time again we relied on our defense, and it just seemed like they just didn't have just enough go juice tonight. So was fatigue a factor because they played a lot of downs early in the game?
I wouldn't say fatigue was a factor. I think the defense got put in a lot of compromising positions. North Gwinnett had plus starts almost every time, with the exception of the one, and they ended up being in a long score. But that's what I think it is. North Gwinnett pulled out all the stops. They had a give and go, a hook and ladder, double pass. They pulled out all the stops, and North Gwinnett didn't make any mistakes. We made a lot of mistakes early, and it came to bite us.
Yeah.
It came to bite us. So
Well, you've been harping on that all year about the inconsistencies that we face in spurts throughout the season, and you hate to see an inconsistent team play in the second round of the playoffs, but that's basically what happened tonight. I don't want to say we were ill prepared. I think we were just inconsistent, and it came back and bit us in the butt tonight. Chase,
yeah,
what's your thoughts, man, on the offensive performance tonight?
I really want to take the Marshawn Lynch approach and say I'm just here so I don't get fined. Uh, um, I don't know. I don't know if it was travel hangover. I don't know really what it was. It just seemed like we played extremely tight tonight. Um,
We did. We did.
uh,
Let me stop you right there and kind of pick up on what you're putting down there. We kind of talked about it. Us three, we kind of huddled on the sideline off and on tonight. And that was one of the overwhelming themes that we kept talking about from the opening kickoff to the very end. It just seemed like we were uncharacteristically tight in just about every fact. It was like night and day watching the team last week play loose and fancy free. And then tonight, under the lights, in front of the cameras. We just played tight. Is it as simple as that?
that's the best
uh,
way
and
to put it.
North Gwinnett had something to do with that as well.
Yeah,
Let's not
listen, you're
look.
exactly right there. We can't take away anything from North Gwinnett. They were well prepared, well coached. They had a really heck of a team. So sometimes you just run into a really really good team.
Yeah, and look, let me say this. Let me get this off my chest real quick.
All right.
Um, Shout out to North North Gwinnett. Congratulations to them. Also, man, congratulations to this senior class. The senior class, 2 10-win seasons,
Yeah,
undefeated at home. Um, and they made the playoffs. After back-to-back 5-5 seasons. You can't understate what this team has done. And also, Viking Nation history tends to repeat itself a lot of times, right?
yeah,
So, listen, before Milt Miller won his first state championship, two consecutive second round losses, and he turns around and wins the state championship. So, this team is a young team, so we got a lot of talent that's coming back,
that's right.
and we got a good future to look forward to. So that's what I really want to say. And these boys, look, we love them. We're proud of them, and they left like when you're looking in their eyes, seeing them crying. You know, you, it's because for a lot of these kids, it's gonna be their last time that they ever put on a helmet and get out there and play. So, man, it was a great season, a wonderful season, and just another layer in the foundation that Lounge is building. So
Yeah.
that's what I wanted.
Listen, our friend of the show, Wilbur Pelfrey, he makes a comment that I think would be wise. He says, I'm going to use the 24-hour rule for the rest of the year. I think a lot of us are feeling that way, Wilbur, and that's wise advice for all of us, I think. But guys, let's talk about some of the highlights on the year. We could spend the next 30 minutes just talking about everything that went wrong tonight, but we don't have to because everybody saw it. We don't have to we don't have to dwell on that. But what we did was we did grow as a team. We discovered as a team that we do have the capability of throwing the ball, and we did it very well at a lot this year. But sometimes, Armand, like you said, that inconsistency bug just reared its ugly head at the worst possible time and bit us in the backside tonight.
Yeah, like when you play, when you come up, the further you go in the playoffs, the better the teams are going to be, and the better that you have to play as a team. It's a team game. You can sit there and say, okay, well, the offense didn't move the ball or the defense did this, but it's a team game. This
Yep.
is, and all I can say is that I'm just proud of this team. I'm proud of this
Yeah.
program. I love the direction in which we're going, and they need to just stay together, stay united, and better days are coming for Lounge. That's
That's
what I'm
right.
telling you. That's what I'm
That's
telling you guys. So, but at the end of the day, it's like I've been stressing before. You can get fancy, you can do whatever you want to do, things that are going to win football games. You dominate the line of scrimmage. You don't make mistakes. And whoever has, and you force turnovers, right?
yeah.
We had one turnover at the end of the half, but that was like a Hail Mary attempt. But you got to force turnovers, and you got to also take your hat off to the team because they never gave up. They didn't mail it in, you know. And it just kind of is what it is. But tomorrow starts now.
Yep.
So that's all I that's all I really got.
Yeah. Chase, we talked several times on the sideline tonight about there were times when Lowndes had our chances tonight. We did have several drives that really stalled out deep in the red zone. The first possession in the second half was a prime example. We had another possession in the first half where we ended up kicking a field goal. So, guys, we had our opportunities. We had our opportunities, but we just didn't capitalize tonight. Chase, is that how you felt about it?
Yeah, can you hear me okay, Larry?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, we had a lot of stalled out drives, especially early on. I mean, we had a lot of 3 and outs, which was very uncharacteristic of us. Um, you know, and I'm gonna agree with Armand. Hats off to the senior class and even the juniors. Um, you know, man, I'll be honest with you. Mason Woods about broke my heart after the game. Watching him,
Yeah,
obviously very emotional. Just you know, kids like that who it means a ton to be able to put on that uniform and put on that helmet and go do battle every Friday night for this community and the city, and this county. You know, when you see a kid like that so emotional after a loss, it really tears you apart. And no matter how bad, as fans, as a community, we want to rip into the play calling and the coaches or whatever. Remember, these are still 15, 16, 17-year-old kids out there playing a game for our
absolutely.
entertainment.
Absolutely.
And remember, they look up to these coaches. They respect these coaches. So before you go tearing into a coach after this game, just remember they think a lot of their coaches, and we should have the same respect.
Yeah, absolutely. Chase, I'm glad you brought up that. I've often counseled people that in high school football, you can do what you want in college and pros. And, both of those levels are obviously paid players by now, even at the college level. But high school football is still the most pure form of a community football organization where our community gets behind the program, these kids. And when we say we are one Lowndes, we are one nation, we're the Viking nation, we mean it. All three of us on the screen absolutely mean it. So, guys, we're just asking you, uh, next 24 hours, 48 hours, let the emotion of this game just fade a bit before you start blasting people on social media. That's all I'm asking you to do. If you still feel the same way 72 hours from now and you're level headed, then do what you got to do. But right now, you're speaking from a point of emotion, and I'm just appealing to you guys as true fans, just to let it go for a while. And because there's a lot of kids hurting tonight, there's a lot of coaches that pour hours and hours and hours into this program. We could disagree with them all we want, right? But it is what it is. So we just ask that you just kind of just let it fade a little bit before you start putting people on full blast. That's all.
And if
But
it, I'm sorry, Larry. And if anybody asks y'all what happened, just tell them how they cheated. You know they cheated. So
so
let's go.
Armand's go-to all year has been Lounge by 50, and if we didn't score 50, they cheated.
They cheated. They cheated. They cheated, man. Also, look, Viking Nation. I got my Bridgman. I had to go. I got my Bridgman with his way to the camera, Trenton and Trenton back there. He don't want to be in the camera, but we got. I got my Bridgman. The Bridgman. Shout out to the Georgia Bridgman and Mr. Bowman for having the band out there. Rain, sleet, or snow, they're out there playing their hearts out. And like you said, it's one lounge, and we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right.
Hey Armand,
Yes,
I
sir.
got my former bridgeman riding
Yes, sir.
shotgun tonight, helping us on doing stats and scoring updates on the Viking Nation tonight. His first time helping us out this year, and he had a blast, even in a losing effort. So, guys, we're gonna wrap it up with that. You guys have any final thoughts you want to share?
Nah, man, heck of a season. We'll wrap up the season Thursday, and like I'm just proud of them, proud of this team, proud of this the coaches, and look, proud of the band. As Trenton is saying, he's saying I'm proud of the Bridgman as well. And listen, we're gonna be all right. We just
Yep,
got to move forward. And just remember, and this is anything in life. If it's nothing that's designed to break you, it's designed to build you up. So just know that, and life will be all right.
that's right. That's right. Chase, any parting words?
Um, hmm, 7 to 8, you can't relate, and run, rabbit, run.
Okay, I have no idea what that means. I'm gonna ask Chat GPT as soon as we get off the air.
Look,
So
you don't have to. 7, Jace. 8, Bubble. Run, Rabbit, Run, Mason Woods. There you go.
gotcha.
There you go.
There you go. My cipher, my decoder, Armand Rashad, the man of many talents. So, guys, listen.
Well, y'all gotta forgive Larry. Larry only speaks the Queen's English.
Yeah.
They are picking on me, guys. They are picking on me because I have been asking them all year long to explain things to me. And usually, the way we end the conversation is, can someone please just speak the elegant Queen's language where we can all understand it? I don't understand the need to change everybody's language, that kind of stuff. But anyway, I digress. All right, so Daryl Britt, our favorite
Don't
Wildcat
don't even
and
don't even don't
antagonist tonight.
Don't even.
don't even
Don't
don't
even.
even
Nope.
don't
Nope.
even
Nope.
I'm
nope
not.
He don't get a single second
nope
of our. He doesn't get a single second of our acknowledgement over here on the Viking Nation.
nope.
But hey, Daryl, I got a word for you. Seeing as how you're so invested in
Oh
Lowndes,
boy.
it means you're still a fan. So keep watching.
Listen,
Exactly.
Daryl is a fan. Now, he's a friend. I count him as a friend. He's a fan. He just likes to heckle us every once in a while. So we welcome him to the show as well. So, guys, with that said, on behalf of Chase, Armand, I'm Larry. You guys stay safe on the way home. And we'll see you guys next Thursday night on the Viking Nation Live.
Yes, sir.
As always, God bless every single one of you, and go Vikings.
Go Vikings.
Go Vikes.